We are 15 seconds in today's broadcast. A very good evening to all of you out there in Facebook land. I hope you're well. Hope you had a great day today. Just a few things I'd like to share with you and get off my chest today. Matilda, God is my strength. I am present. Bless you. Chilufia says, you're late, uncle. Am I? I'm trying to be on time. You know, it's not easy being on time up in here. Guys, tell me, please, in the comments below if you can hear me loud and clear so that we get this show on the road. Tell me in the comments below. So, listen, you're not going to believe. Ibrahim Abdi says, you look tired. There's nothing worse than someone saying to you, you look tired. Do you know what that means? That's code for you look disheveled. You look rough. You look like, you know, you don't look neat. You look unkempt. Ibrahim is going to say to me, I look tired. Can you believe this? What am I going to do? Goodness. All right. Albert says you are loud and clear. Thank you so much. Charles Peary says loud and clear. Malamabwad, yeah, I hear you loud and clear, he says. And then I've got people like Ibrahim who tell me that I look tired. Do you know what that means? It means, Mr. Mwewa, you look disheveled. You look unkempt, Mr. Mwewa. What's going on? You might as well add a click to that. Telling me I look tired. What do you want me to do? Honestly, you know, I mean, the shirt's clean, the tie's clean, you know, and if you really must know, I did do a little MAC powder before I clicked record and went live. I did all of that, and yet someone still comes back and says to me, Mr. Mwewa, you look tired. What do you want me to do? Honestly, you can't win with Facebook. You can't win. If you concentrate, do everything within your power to look as good as possible, some person will still jump on and say to you, Mr. Mwewa, you look tired. Goodness. All right, Anthony. Anthony says, Mr. And I knew this was going to happen because you always do this, you guys. Mr. Mwewa, can you please just get to the point? We don't want to hear whether you are tired, whether you are disheveled. Bwana ina mabandos ya zasira. Can you please get to the point? Relax. Okay? Relax. We'll get to it. Okay? All right. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. Just want to say very quickly that late this morning, I did a show with one of our local doctors here, and she's such a tremendous help. We do a show every Monday at 11 o'clock with Dr. Cheswa Vualika, and she is brilliant. And today we were talking about diabetes. So what I usually do is that I drive over to her office, her clinic. She's got a clinic called the Mobile Medical Services. I'll get it right in a moment. Mobile Medical Service. So after I did that was about 11. I got there at 11. I was done by 11:45. So we're driving out, and in my mind, we were headed back to the office, back to this office here. And in mid-stride, I just turned to our driver, and I said to him, I said, you know, we should go see Tayali, see if he's really in custody. So the first place we went to was Woodlands Police Station. And I found a group of very helpful police officers there. And they asked me what I was looking for. I told them, and they said, no, he's not here. and which surprised me because I was convinced Tayali was being held at the Woodlands police station. Well, they told me, well, he's not there, which begged a follow-up question. I said to them, well, if he's not here, where is he? And they said to me, well, we don't know, but he's not here. So I left, and then I called a police officer friend of mine, and he told me where he was. So I drove over to this locale, and I found him. And first of all, I went to, I can't tell you where he is because I promised, the officer said to me, look, I'll tell you where he is, but it would be a great help if you didn't share that information. I can just tell you where he is, and if you want to see him, go see him. So he told me, and I went and saw him. As soon as I walked in, he starts laughing. It was like honestly, I don't think he believed I was there. He starts to laugh and he says, "Bah, Simon, you're here." I said, yes, I'm here. I'm here to talk to you. And he seemed surprised. He says, well, I'm very happy you've come through, but what do you want to talk about? What do you want to say to me? So I said to him, I said, look, there's an account. You have several accounts, okay? And this is why, guys, the blue tick is extremely important. For those of you that spend any amount of time on Facebook, you understand that there's a new thing now. There's a blue tick that verifies the authenticity of your page. The blue tick tells your audience, it tells your community that you are the authenticated owner of your page. That's the whole purpose of the blue tick. This is why it's extreme. I don't have mine yet. I have applied. For some reason, Facebook hasn't given it to me. Okay, but there's a whole litany of things that you have to do to get the blue tick. The blue tick is a tremendous help because it says you are the real you, that you're not an imposter, because there's so many people out there that create fake accounts. Well, anyway, I went to tell Tayali, I said, look, there's several accounts out there. And right now there's an account called Chilufya Tayali that has about 42,000 people on it. And there's a guy by the name of John D who runs that page. Okay, some of you didn't know that, but we know this. Okay, don't ask me how I know it. I'm not going to get into that. Just know that there's a guy by the name of John D. He runs this page. Okay, it's got nothing to do with Tayali. Tayali has his own page. Okay, he has a page that runs close to 400, near 500,000 people on his page. But I'm talking about this other fake page that is run by John D. It has about 42,000 people. Now, that page is still posting stuff, okay? So I said to Tayali, I said, if you can, what you need to do is to, get a group of people, a group of your friends to complain about that other fake page. And I said to him, I said, you're in trouble because of the stuff you posted, but it's your stuff. It doesn't make any sense for you to be in trouble because of things that other people have posted. Did you catch that? Did you hear that? I need you to understand that point. I said, you are in trouble because of the stuff you wrote. Those are your words, and you should take responsibility and take whatever comes with that action. Take responsibility for the words that you wrote. But it's wrong for you to take the heat for words that someone else wrote. So I said to him, I said, so the reason I'm here is to tell you, tell your wife, tell your friends, tell your compadres, whoever they may be, tell them to write Mark Zuckerberg and go to that page and press fake account, because what's going to happen is if the authorities think that that's also your page, that guy John D can write anything about you and the authorities will believe it. It's one thing for you to be arrested for the stuff that you've said. You know, for instance, that statement you made about the head of state. You should be arrested for that. I told him. I said, and it's only right that you are arrested for that. Okay, and you're going to go through whatever is necessary to walk through that process. But I think it's wrong for you to take the heat for words that are spoken by someone else. So he says to me, he says, Simon, I have no control over that the other account. I said, I know that. But what you do is galvanize your friends and your family to go to that other page, the Tayali, it's the Chilufya Tayali page that has 42,000 people on it. I said, the mistake you made is that you allowed that other page to grow. You ignored it. Now it's come back to bite you in the royal tush. It's come back to bite you in the royal behind. The page that you ignored, the 42,000 page, you should have dealt with that when you are here on the outside. Okay? I said, notwithstanding, you're still in trouble for the stuff that you said, but I just think that you shouldn't take the heat for stuff that somebody else has said. So he says, okay, I'll try. So right before I left, he says to me, so, Simon, you see my homeboys? He was in a cell with I think it was about 10 guys, you know. He says, you see my homeboys? We're hungry. Would it be okay for you to, you know, go buy us some food? I said, Tayali, I'm not your chef, okay? I'm not your homeboy. You're not the boss of me. So he says, look, I know that, okay? I'm just saying, look, I'm asking you for a favor, okay? I'm asking you, could you please buy us some food? I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I went down to, you know, a place called Chaindainai. I bought him some food and I took it back. And when I brought him the food, he was very thankful. He says, wow, I'm surprised you came back. Thank you. So all the guys in the cell that he was in, they had some food and I left. So as I was leaving, you know, he sort of called to me. He said, look, there's one last thing I need to tell you before you go. So I leaned forward and he whispered in my ear. And I looked at him and I said, is that right? He said, yeah. I said, is that something you want me to share? He says, no, I'm just telling you that. I said, okay, cool. And I left. That was the extent of my interaction with Tayali today. The last point I'd like to bring out to you, my Facebook friends and family, is that I'm very saddened today to hear that Mubita Nawa has been arrested. And let me explain why. Guys, first of all, let me make it abundantly clear. The new cyber laws are good laws. Sorry. Just a moment. The new cyber laws in Zambia are very important laws, and they're good laws. As long as you operate within the circumference of the law, you're fine. All it does, and I've repeatedly said this, many of you that are avid followers of this page, you've heard me say this a multiplicity of multitudinous tens of times. Laws are there to help you and I. And I've often given this example. I said, can you imagine if Facebook didn't have what they call community guidelines? Mark Zuckerberg himself has to abide by those guidelines. Those guidelines are there to help us sort of operate within a community. It's like a physical community. Every community has laws. Don't drink and drive. You can't just walk up to your neighbor and smack him upside the head with a shovel. You can't take a toothpick and stick it in someone's eye. There are laws that protect us. And so the truth is, the law, the cyber laws, are good laws. Of course, that's up for debate. There's some people that would argue with that, but that's not the point. My point is, if you don't recognize the validity of these cyber laws, you get lost. So, having said that, let me say this. As vloggers, and I've written about this, I've just posted something about this. As vloggers, when I do the live videos, when I go on the street with my phone and I'm recording people and I'm interacting with the public, guys, understand this. Vloggers have no control over what people say. The only thing I have control over is whether or not I will allow those people to continue saying what they're saying. In the case of Mubita Nawa, the video is very clear. If you watch the full video, you have a clear, full picture of what transpired. In a nutshell, let me break it down for you. Nawa was going around talking to different people, getting their opinions, and he comes across this man named Mulenga, who was drunk. He was inebriated completely. Nawa basically gives the guy the mic, not a physical mic, like gives him an opportunity to speak. The first thing out of his mouth, this man, Mr. Mulenga, is that he utters these obscenities, this vulgarity, this putrid rhetoric that just spews and gushes out of his mouth. Now, Nawa responds. It was almost a reflex response. His laugh was not a laughter of approval. You must know this. In the name of fairness and justice, if you truly watch the video in its entirety, you will agree with me. Guys, you make a mistake when you look at everything through the political lens. I want that to sink in for a moment. You are doing this country a disservice and an injustice if you look at everything through a political lens. Sometimes all you have to do is look at it at face value. That's it. You don't have to complicate it. You don't have to dissect it. Just watch the video for what it is. The video shows you in clear and uncertain terms that Nawa was talking to this man. This man uttered this language that was, that it's completely unacceptable. I don't agree with that. Nawa himself didn't agree with that. The moment this man uttered these insults against the head of state, Nawa quickly moves away, but he laughs. His laugh is not a laugh of approval. It's a laugh of surprise and shock. That, oh, I can't believe you said that. Oh, I can't believe you said that. That was his reaction. His reaction wasn't very good. His reaction wasn't, say it again. No, his reaction was one of surprise. He laughed, but in a tone. It wasn't in an approving tone. His laugh was more like a surprise. So he moves away very quickly. The man follows Nawa, still trying to make a contribution, whatever contribution that was. Nawa, and this is the clincher. And I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to really absorb this. I'm going to show you something. At that point, Nawa turns to this Mr. Mulenga. If you don't know, now it turns to the man and says, I'll let you back on if you don't insult. Let that sink in. I'll let you back on if you don't insult. That's it. So it is wrong and disingenuous, I think, to look at everything through a political lens. Look, hey, I, more than anybody in this country, knows we are in an election period. We know that. It's fine. That's what happens in a political season. But let's not lose sight of our humanity for the sake of political expedience. Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. Let me say that again because I think that's important. Let's not lose sight of our humanity for the sake of political expedience. Let's not do that. If we arrest people, let's arrest them because truly they deserve to be arrested. But if we're going to be arresting people with a political lens, come on, guys. That's not fair. I don't think. I don't. Anyway, that's my 2 cents there. All right, I'm going to ask you, whomever you may be tonight, go ahead and give me a call. I'm going to connect this Rodecaster Pro. It's connected for calls, you know. All right, here it is. You're going to call me on this number. Tell me what you think about where we are. First of all, I want to ask you, did you watch the video in question? If you haven't watched the video, don't call me. Okay? If you have not watched the video, don't call me. I just want to hear from people that have actually watched the video, you've objectively looked at the video, and you've drawn your conclusion based upon what you saw as far as the entirety of the video is concerned. If you watch the 7-second version of it, then you don't know what you're talking about. Hello? All right, they cut the phone. So give me a call. Again, I have to admonish you. I have to implore you. You'll only have a clear understanding of the video if you watch it in its entirety. If you watch it in snippets, if you watch it in segments, you won't get what we're talking about. But if you watch the entire video in context, it'll be as clear as day. Clear as day. And it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Hello?
Mr. Stambala, good evening.
A very good evening, sir.
I'm calling you from Chirundu.
From Chirundu. Is it hot over there or is it cold?
It's still not hot.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Cool.
Sure, go ahead.
You know, I watched the video.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, even ran away from it. He didn't even want to give him a second chance. So when he sort of giving him a second chance, it's when he insults him. So I don't know what is happening. You have to arrest somebody. It's more like you are arresting a driver. You're arresting a passenger instead of arresting the driver.
Wow, what a very good example.
The case of Mr. Nawa, I don't know how it is going to be adjudicated on. Is it going to be based on the 7-second or the actual video? They will see that Mr. Nawa never insulted. It's sad that everything that happens, people get excited when they see people arrested. I was just watching the Greens. The Greens are excited that Mr. Nawa is in. I feel bad if you see your friend going down that way. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Bless you. And that's a very good example. It's like arresting the passenger instead of the driver. Guys, I mean, today, let me be honest with you. I had a guest in my office today. His name is Mr. Kane Mwemba, a very controversial man. And before we did our interview, I said, don't say anything that's going to incriminate me. Make your point, give your opinion, but don't say stuff that's going to incriminate me. Hello?
Hi, Simon.
Hello.
Yeah, Milambo here. I'm calling you from Modern Osaka.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. Yeah, my contribution, I think we've lost it as a nation, where we have the whole lot of a minister calling for the arrest of Nawa, and even the deputy secretary of PS. So when you look at the position that those people hold, definitely you draw the lines and the conclusion that the police are acting based on the political direction of the PF, not on the basis of law, which is really unfortunate. And I don't think even the PF, after they leave power, which is, we all know, no one rules forever. No, it's not a perpetual government. I don't think they would want to be treated the way they are treating the opposition. That's my submission.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
If we keep on arresting everybody who coughs, we'll all end up in cells. Yeah.
Thank you for that contribution, brother.
Thanks.
And again, let me reiterate, I think laws are important and laws are good. Well, good laws are good laws. And if we don't operate within the circumference of the law, we get in trouble. But we shouldn't do everything and look at everything through a political lens. We shouldn't do that. That's not good. Hello? That's a disservice to the citizenry of this country, I think. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Ma.
Hi there. How are you?
Calling from Dora.
Kundola kukopala.
Yes, sir.
Nga mulishanyi uko mwe. Mkwai, please go ahead.
Yeah, just a concern.
Yes, sir.
Now I feel so bad, After seeing the two videos, the man is really innocent. I don't think it's a straightforward thing.
Yeah.
Just at the political side, the one that is affected. But it is not good if I tell people are going to be treated based on the political affiliation. It doesn't show anything like we will be moving forward as a nation. We have to be straightforward and truthful with what we do.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bless you. Bless you. Frida. What? Schauneberger says some people only saw that clip, the 7-second clip. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
A very good evening, sir.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Who am I speaking with?
This is Praise Master.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I agree with your reaction on that topic. I personally saw the video and I totally agree with what you are saying. Yeah.
Have you said you saw the video?
Yeah.
Did you see the whole video?
Yes, I did.
What was your conclusion? What was your conclusion?
Okay, if you see that video, immediately that person insulted Mr. Nawa, immediately left and said, I won't get you back here if you don't stop insulting. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I heard him clearly. Yeah.
I saw that too, and I heard that too.
Yeah. So, yeah, my reaction on that one is just the same as yours.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, son.
Thanks.
God bless. Yeah, and let me tell you why I'm so gung ho. You know the word gung ho. Gung ho is like so insistent. Let me tell you why I'm very insistent on Nawa in particular. It's got nothing to do with politics. I've known Mubita Nawa for many years, way before any political talk. I know him and I know how he thinks. He doesn't tolerate that type of talking. I don't tolerate that type of talking. So that's the reason why I'm so insistent. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Makalamba. Mwawamba ino makalamba.
Apa no nga mwebo.
Kwenda na toto chinete. Nebo chile kwa Emmanuel.
Kwa ba Emmanuel.
Na mitamba fefila fine no kitabo komenti.
Mkwai.
Na ngola ili ngiri ne mu mafia mashina ya chisongo kutira ati uli ku Scotland uli ku Saifa tuli mu Lusaka fwevo.
Mkwai. Please go ahead, sir.
But you are doing a good job.
Well,
I love
thank
what
you.
you're doing.
Yes,
You even need a wider platform to reach the entire global platform.
Thank you.
But I just want to first of all thank you that at least today heaven has smiled, because at least you have demonstrated that you are a believer. I don't know about you being a Christian. I can't vouch for you. It's only between you and your God.
Mm-hmm.
But your action today of you going to see my brother, the public inverted commas.
Please don't call him public lawyer.
I won't say that word.
Don't.
Say that word. The public. The fact that you went to reach out. If you very few of us can do that. And listen, even me, I can't do that. I've never done that.
Really?
But you see, you are showing leadership. You are also showing responsibility of how to use social media and influence and following. So, Mulet Sambir Shako, may the good Lord just be with you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Bless you. Mm-hmm.
Of course, I need one of those shirts, the white shirts. I need two of them. I need two of them.
Okay, sure.
I need two of them.
We'll
you
work...
went and made a demand on the mayor, so I'm also making a demand of those two shirts.
Okay, we'll make that work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But listen, on my brother now, the point is, since this new cyber law came into place, it brought sanity and the social media became normalized automatically. Only those that have not read it. It's a bad law to those that want to continue in the old traits.
Yes.
It's also a very good law to protect people, because people are being maligned. Even ministers were not spared. Nobody was spared.
Yes.
But you see, I simply want to maybe not even correct you, but render this other opinion on what you have said, that, look, we are seeing this from a political perspective. I tend to agree with you, my brother, on that one. I would say the new law stipulates that the author, the carrier, are all in the same boat of being found liable. So if my platform or my Facebook, I carry something that sort of contravenes that particular law, I'll be found liable.
Wow.
Now, if I author and I make like for instance, SML TV, if whatever we say here impugns or impedes on somebody's rights, you as SML, you'll be dragged under this law because you have provided the channel to courier that.
That is so interesting. So, can I be honest with you? I didn't know that.
Yes. No. That's what it is. The author and the courier all carry the same burden.
Oh my goodness.
That's how bad it is.
That's terrible.
It's not about no, he didn't speak it. But if I provide the platform, the question is, why did you provide the platform? Or if it is my phone on which pornographic materials are found, it's my phone, but it's not me who put it. It came from somewhere. I'll be fined liable. Wow. That's how bad this law is.
Are you a lawyer, sir?
The carrier, this is why live broadcasting, in fact, is going to be very tricky right now. Because before you actually talk to somebody, like for instance, when you went to the council there, if those people that were found in the broadcast, you did not get permission, you can be dragged to court.
Oh my goodness.
Because you could have said, broadcast,
yes.
Because some of them may not have been found to be in Lusaka, and yet they are in Lusaka. And then, because they are there at the council, trying to chase land that the boyfriend gave, and then TV I guess I'm accused that advertise information here.
Oh my goodness.
So this law is about bringing sanity to the platform. Social media is a good tool, but we need to know how to do it.
How to use it.
If we know that, look, this person is drunk, you cannot go to a drunken person, because as a media person, we carry the liability of taking this burden of projecting the information, because if I make my platform to carry that insult, I am insulting. Mutu ambato bati intonokane taika tapa intonokane. You know what it means.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So this is what this cyber law is all about. You have seen, you have heard many of the leaders have really been injured. Okay? So because of social media, some of them have been told unprintables. But is that normal? No. But so this new law, it's good for this government to put it in place. Similarly, even if it happens to go out of power, they will also know what they put in place, whether it was good or it was bad. It is not for anybody else. But what it needs to do is we need to guide ourselves. I thank you very much for the platform. Please continue doing good work. Tomorrow, my brother, Tayali, needs breakfast.
well, I'm not taking it to him.
No, it's a request. It's a request, my brother.
No, brother, you take it. You take it. Hey, but on a serious note, brother, what you've said is extremely insightful. It's extremely insightful. And I'll be very frank with you. I did allude to this a moment ago, but let me say it again. You know, I had a guest on today, and for the first time, I mean, I never caution my guests, but for the first time, I sat down with my guest and I said, look, you're a political figure. Please be mindful of what you say. Don't say anything that will incriminate me.
You did very well.
I said,
it's like your premonition, you have read the bill.
Yes. And I said to him, I said, look, give your opinion. You have very strong opinions, but don't say anything that will make it look like I'm in support of what you're saying, you know? And I've never done that before, but that is the dispensation we're living in now. We all have to be responsible for what we say and what we put out.
The other caution that you can put, since now this is a global TV, it's going beyond Africa, beyond Zambia. Ask the graphics team to put a disclaimer. The views expressed here does not or do not represent the views of Mwewa or SML TV. It is at owner's risk. What's that disclaimer?
Immediately.
Because in court, that will send a message to say, look, this was not coming from your heart. It was coming from this. Because some viewers, the next time that we're going to So you just need to be cautious.
Absolutely.
But you're doing a good job.
Thank you, brother.
Don't be overcautious.
Yeah.
But just tread within the laws.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Take care.
You, brother. You too. Wow. Very insightful. I really appreciate that call. Wasn't that amazing? You know, wasn't that insight? Wasn't that helpful? Doesn't that sort of put you in a place as a vlogger and as a Facebook staple to tread carefully, to do the right thing, not to be false, not to be inauthentic, but to be cautious, work within the framework of the law, you know? Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Simon.
A very good evening to you.
Hi, this is Chembe, your loyal fan.
Really? Hi there. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Before I talk about Mubita, why did you go see Tayali?
Well, okay. The truth is, I went there to tell him that he needs to take action against that other Facebook page that's kept on posting stuff, because the authorities will mix the two. And I told him, I said, look, you should be in trouble for what you said, but I don't think it's fair for you to be in trouble for something that someone else said. You know, it should just be about what he said, not what someone else said.
Oh, so there was like another
there's another page out there. It's called Chilifia Tayali as well. It has 42,000 followers. But I told him, I said, I blame you, because I said you allowed that page to grow and you didn't do anything about it. What you should have done was you should have complained about it. And then also authenticate your page, I told him. I said, look, you're in trouble, but be in trouble for the stuff that you've said, not for the stuff that someone else has said.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Because I was just surprised. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So anyway, about Mubita now, I personally don't think he deserves to be arrested. And I'll give you an example of I don't know. Did you hear some story of where like a man who called on radio,
Mm-hmm.
then he blatantly insulted the president?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this, Uncle Moyo. That man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got arrested. I think. Did you hear the story?
I didn't. Please tell me.
Yeah, he insulted the president on radio. I don't know if it was. I can't remember these radio stations, but anyway, he insulted the president, and he got arrested. I think he's been serving now 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So now let's just take it because the people at the radio station didn't know he was going to insult, right? So it's the same thing with Mubita Nawa.
They arrested the radio station people.
No, they didn't arrest the radio station people. They just arrested the guy that insulted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's the thing. It's the same thing with Mubita Nawa, right? He didn't know that the man who was going to talk about it, he was going to insult or anything like that. So why are you arresting someone that didn't insult? Then you're leaving the person that insulted. It doesn't make sense, and it just shows the hypocrisy in this country.
So insightful, son. Thank you so much for that call.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bless you, son. Bless you. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man. I tell you, it's we all have to be careful. And I'll be honest with you, ever since in the last few days, I've had to now rethink how I conduct my live videos. Excuse me. Which isn't a bad thing. Like Oprah Winfrey used to say, when you know better, you do better. We know better, so we all need to do better. Hello?
Hello?
Hey there. All right, the call dropped. Incidentally, you can call me on this number on WhatsApp as well. I forgot to say this to you. This number is also on WhatsApp. If you'd like to use WhatsApp, you're welcome to do that. And let's have a conversation about this. Okay. Okay. Well, here's the thought. Considering the time frame when it happened, I think it's not fair to arrest Nawa for a law passed after the occurrence. That's interesting. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Mo, I'm back again from Toronto.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Mo, I just want to maybe that man, can the law be reversed? Because that issue of a video happened in 2020.
In 2020, November 2020.
And the cyber law was enacted this year. Somebody created that video, 21 second, 7 second this year. Are they going to judge him based on the current law when the reproduction of that video was done last year?
That's a good question.
How are they going to marry the two?
That's a good question.
Because the law doesn't work like that.
I'm not a lawyer, so I wouldn't know how to answer that. But that's a very good question. That's a very valid question.
Then lawyers should educate us on this one, because then the law will be absolute if that person should be working. Then a lot of people have committed a lot of crimes they must be reversed. Even those who are able to produce pornos before, they must be judged based on that.
That's so interesting.
So I don't know how the law works. No, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
No, have a good night.
Thank you. We should get a lawyer up here. Thank you, sir. We should get a lawyer up here to do an interview, and we should ask these questions. A lawyer that can dissect the cyber law and sort of explain it and unravel it and explain it to us like we're 3-year-olds. I'm serious. Hey guys, I gotta go. It's 18:37. I need to get out of here. I need to go home. Guys, thank you for listening. Bless you. Bless you so much. Have a great evening. Be responsible out there. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.